Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and you are looking at the March Paper Pumpkin 2024 alternate cards. This is part 2, where we are actually focusing on the bonus stamp set that was included in the March 2024 Paper Pumpkin kit. It is a floral stamp set. It is independent of the kit, but you could actually use it with the kit if you wanted to. I chose to use it to show off the brand new 2024-2026 in color collection coming from Stampin' Up starting on May 1st, 2024. But you can actually get these right now in pre-order when you purchase the starter kit. So if you have any questions about that, I'll have information in the description box below. But here's something special that I wanted to share with you too before I dive into everything. I received my Stampin' Up 5-year anniversary pin, beautiful box presentation, beautiful pin, really exciting milestone. So I just figured I'd share that with you. Okay, so here is that bonus stamp set. This is exclusively the stamp set that we're going to be working with today. I also pre-cut some dies in the perennial postage dies. I do have a free project sheet for today's card projects. You can click the link in the description box below if you would like to download the project sheet, which will include instructions, measurements, and a list of products used, with the exception of the in colors, because they are not available yet to the public until May 1st, unless you put them in a starter kit. So yeah, and again, if you have questions, just let me know. I'm also going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black ink today along with this stamp set. I will also be using the clear blocks from Stampin' Up. So like I said, if you're interested in the measurements and the sizing and all of that, I will have that listed on the free project sheet. And then right on the other side of me from where I'm stamping, you can see the brand new in colors. We are going to go through the in colors and the products that we used with this today. Now, typically, when I am doing an alternates video for you, I'll give you sort of multiple ideas and ways to use the stamp set. You know, we might stamp backgrounds, we might use it as the main focal point. In today's video, we're going to be doing the same card layout. We're just going to be using multiple colors. We're going to be using 6 brand new actually colors from Stampin' Up today. The 5 in colors. We're also going to be using a color called Basic Beige today, along with our basic, or I should say our Tuxedo Black ink, which is what you see me stamping everything in. So this is the same exact layout, and then we're just going to build these, and the end result of all of the cards are slightly different. There's also a brand new die set that I used. I just couldn't resist the urge to sort of preview some upcoming products from our new upcoming annual catalog, while using this stamp set to give you alternate ideas from the Paper Pumpkin kit. So if you are interested in seeing the first round of alternate cards that I had made with the March 2024 Paper Pumpkin kit, I will put the link in the description box below. In the first alternates video, I stuck very close. Oh, and you'll see me doing this a lot with photopolymer stamps when I am trying to do a layering stamp or builder stamps, which is what we're looking at here, where we have 2 or 3 step stamping. Because we can see through them, I will often just try to get the layouts and everything before I start getting into it. This was my very first time stamping Shy Shamrock. It is such a beautiful, bold, it reminds me of like a summer green. It is so beautiful. It's almost like emerald, just not quite as deep. So we're going to be stamping all of our leaves with Shy Shamrock, which is one of those new 2024-2026 in colors. And I can't remember what I was just talking about before. I'm sorry about that. Oh, the first round of alternates. So the first round of alternate cards that I had made with the March 2024 Paper Pumpkin kit stuck much more to the theme of all of the coordinating elements that come inside the box. And then it does coordinate with the Meandering Meadows suite, which is an online exclusive that Stampin' Up! Offers. So I did incorporate that, and I also incorporated the Coffee with Friends stamp set. So if you would like to see the first round of alternates, that's much closer to the themes of the kit. This is exclusively about the bonus stamp set. So I just want to make that perfectly clear while we're here stamping. I did also grab my Lemon Lolly ink. Okay, so that's one of our subtles, and that's also one of our new core colors. And just to clarify, I should say newer. That was a new color from last year's annual catalog. And then our new annual catalog will be coming up here. The 2024-2025 annual catalog will launch May 1st. So last year when the annual catalog launched, they had launched a set of core colors, and Lemon Lolly was one of them. So this is newer, but not as new as the 2024-2026 in colors. So as you can see, with this particular floral stamp set that was included for free as a bonus in the March Paper Pumpkin kit, it's a builder set. So we can stamp, the insides, or I should say the middle of each of the flowers in whatever color we want. I decided to go with Lemon Lolly. I wanted a soft yellow. And the funny thing is when I was stamping that, I was like, I would be perfectly fine leaving these flowers white. I thought it looked great. So if you are very simple in terms of a stamper, you could stop right here, right? Just grab your favorite green, grab your favorite yellow, or maybe you could do an orange insert, whatever you think, and then, add to. So I am going to take all of the new colors for a spin. This one was Basic Beige. Basic Beige is going to be a new core color for Stampin' Up. It's not part of the In Color collection, but it is part of the new annual catalog pre-order release. So you will see me using Basic Beige a lot along with the new colors. That color that I had just stamped a second ago is called Summer Splash. Even though that's not a conventional flower color, I don't think. I did want it, like I said, I wanted to take the new colors for a spin. I knew I wasn't going to be stamping Shy Shamrock as one of the flower colors. This one is Petunia Pop, and it looks so dark here, but remember, these dry. This is a beautiful, beautiful, like pinkish purple. And I love the way that it stands out with the Lemon Lolly. It's like a great pairing. And then the next color we're going to be using is my personal favorite from the new In Colors, which is Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink apparently was around some time ago, but now it's back, and I had never personally had gotten to use or work with it before. So this is a brand new color to me. I'm just happy that it's back. So here's one of the things that I had heard, as a tip from another demonstrator. I wish I could remember her name. If you remember her name, you can put it down in the comments below. This was a while back where she said, if you have photopolymer stamps that are not stamping smoothly, and there are several different tips, so I'll give you what each of them was, but her suggestion was, get the Versamark ink, stamp the stamp that's given you, an uneven surface, stamp it with the Versamark, stamp it a few times, clean it off, and then go ahead and stamp it with whatever color you were working with. Now, there is nothing like working with a brand new ink pad. It is just, they're so clean and juicy and perfect, and I didn't feel like I needed to adjust the ink. I felt like it was the stamp. So we call stamping a photopolymer stamp, for the first few times, we call that seasoning the stamp essentially, or getting that clean. You kind of have to stamp it just a few times because it's brand new. So it was kind of a combination of that, and I have found that Versamark tip to be very helpful. And as you can see, it really solved the problem, right? So that is a tip that I really enjoy. Another tip that I heard is that you can either take your bone folder or some other, like a credit card or a gift card, and you can smooth out your ink pad. But like I said, I wasn't re-inking these. These are brand new. They look great. So you could always try that too if you feel like you're getting uneven ink or uneven stamping. But in this case, I felt like it was the stamp, and it was a very easy correction. Now, the next step in the flower is probably my favorite part. It's just these little details, and I love that they included these stamps for us. There is, it almost looks like a starburst, but it's actually the darker part that encircles like the center of each flower. And you just add so much dimension to it by adding this additional stamp. And so typically I would use a different color. I would use something in the same color family, maybe slightly darker, since that's what I'm going for. But because I was experimenting with the new in colors, I really wanted to stick with the new in colors. So I actually did that little stamp that goes, in the center of those flowers. I did that in the same color. And I did the same thing with Shy Shamrock, and it just gives it a slightly darker look. So it doesn't dry down to be exactly the same color. It's not a waste. It's just very subtle. Now, if you wanted to go a shade darker, absolutely go ahead and do that. I just wanted to see what this looked like because this was my very first session working with all of these brand new inks and all of these new colors. And I thought that they turned out fabulous. It almost looks like a watermark. And so we have this stamp where you can darken just around the veins in the leaf, and it's all set up for you. All you got to do is ink it and stamp it. And same thing with the center of those flowers. Now, for those of you who might be new to Stampin' Up, or maybe you haven't purchased ink pads from us before, what you see me doing here is adding the stickers where we can put our like color right next to the ink pad on the inside of the stamp, and then the name of that particular color on either end of the ink pad. So it used to be that I would just put the one, but now we have two of them, with the same name. So I use them on both sides because you never know. Sometimes when you're putting your inks away, you put it in the wrong way, and now I have them on both sides, so I'll know which color it is regardless. But that's all you see me doing there is adding my lineups as I was going through. So this is what I would like to call time saving, but not. And then that was Peach Pie. So here is a better look at Summer Splash. And just so that you can see the difference between Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock, right? Because the two are right next to each other on that particular flower. We have more of a softer bluish green, and then more of that bold summer gray, like blade of grass green, or shamrock green, right? So that is the difference basically between Summer Splash. I was really glad that I ended up stamping it in that color. And I really wanted you to kind of see the new colors and the new coordinating products at work with this particular stamp set. So whenever we have a March Paper Pumpkin kit, which is Paper Pumpkin's birthday, you get a bonus stamp set as part of that kit. And each year, I feel like that stamp could be completely independent, where you could just give it its own, little container. It doesn't even have to stay with your stamp, your Paper Pumpkin kit, or you can try to coordinate it. And you could, in my opinion, you could do either. So whenever we're doing independent, stamping, meaning I'm not including other elements from the kit, I just start bringing out all of my own products. And so one of the products that I wanted to bring out was our Wink of Stella pen. This is a glimmer pen, and this is the set of flowers that's going to represent Shy Shamrock when we go to pair everything with our card base. Since I didn't make the actual flowers Shy Shamrock green, it's just the leaves that are the Shy Shamrock green. I decided to add a little bit of shimmer and see how that looked. And you know what the funny thing was? It's like one shade down from basic beige. So it has that warmth to it. It almost has like a golden brown tone like basic beige does. So my lesson there is if you pair Wink of Stella with basic beige, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Okay, and so let's talk about another brand new product that you guys are going to see here in just a second. It's called the Unbounded Love Dies. Oh, this is the pretty in pink cardstock, by the way. I like to create. It's like a reference sheet essentially. Whenever I get a new set of dies or a new suite or something like that, and a lot of times I'll cut them all out and I'll put them on a reference sheet. And because pretty in pink is my favorite color, I was like, I'm gonna cut all these out. I'm going to cut all these out on pretty in pink. So what you see me doing is putting down essentially every single fabulous frame from this die set that I could fit on here, and then running these through and cutting. And so we're going to do this in two passes, and you're going to see here in just a second how many different configurations you can get out of this set of dies. So this is going to launch with the catalog on May 1st as well. And this die set, I feel like somebody was in my brain. I feel like it was custom made for me because I'm obsessed with dies, and in particular frame dies, which we have so many of. I mean, I promise you, we're gonna be using this all year long. I can really start to get stuck on particular products when I really love them, and this is going to be one of them, and you're going to see why as we're building this project sheet. So I did speed this up a little bit because I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut this twice. The first time I cut it in pretty in pink because I was creating the reference sheet. And the second time, I'm going to cut it in basic white. I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I just did here, same exact layout. I don't feel like I need to show it twice, but I'm going to cut everything again in white. And that is so that number one, we can layer, and then I can stamp in whatever ink color that I want. But I like to cut everything in basic white because we can do a very quick fix of getting the color we need in the frame that we want by coloring them with our blends, which is what we're going to do here. But I just wanted you to get a look at the Unbounded Love dies as I was building the sheet so that you can see all of the different options. So many of these layer, the circles layer, the ovals layer. You can mix and match these. You could do these independently. And if you did get the add-on dies for January, February, and March, they were called the Love of Spring dies. There's a very similar die that would look like it came as part of this particular set of dies. It has that same edging, like this little frame right here layers right on top of that other piece, or you could do it independently, like you could use the pieces independently, or you can mix and match them. There are so many different options for this, and I think you're going to see so many different uses and ways that both that myself and other demonstrators are going to be doing with this particular set of dies. So again, if you get that starter kit, you could actually put the set of dies right inside your starter kit and you don't have to wait, right? That's one of the perks of when you join or when you become a demonstrator. Plus, with the starter kit, you actually get $125 worth of product of your choice, meaning if you want brand new products, you could put brand new products in there before other people can get them. And you're only paying $99. So you're getting a $26 savings and you get free shipping on your starter kit. So you're getting pre-order items, you're getting a discount on the product, and you're actually getting free shipping as well, which is really incredible. So I'll have more details on that in the description box below. And now I'm cutting the remaining dies. And the wonderful thing about the dies that you see me laying down there, some of them are like, they're almost like arched flowers. And we also have a couple of additional leaves that you could die cut and put around that match the leaves on that one die right there. Those flowers fit perfectly in those ovals. So if you want to adorn them or decorate them with a little bit more of an embellishment, or if you want to layer them in a slightly different color, you're going to be able to do that with these dies. So they were absolutely stunning. So I just wanted to show that to you. I do not cut these in all 5 colors. You certainly could if you wanted to, and you wanted to have the dies in all of the different cardstocks, and then you could just refer back to them as you're making cards throughout the year. But for today, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a cheat by using basic white and just coloring it in. coloring it in with those Stampin' Blends. Sorry, I just overlapped my my audio there. So here's the sheet. This is why. This is why I make reference sheets. Would you look at all of those dies? Let me see how many are in there. There's actually 16, but it looks like so many more pieces than that because we're taking those inserts and everything out. Okay, so now we're getting a look at our designer series paper in the 2024-2026 in colors. So it comes in each of the 5 colors in each of these patterns. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting this down, trimming this down. This is pretty much a standard size. Like I said, I have that project sheet if you're looking for the measurements, but the measurement on that is 4 by 5 1/4 inch for the DSP, and then just 1/16 of an inch up for the basic black piece. And then these are top fold card bases, and the top fold card base is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 inches in each of the new in colors. So you're going to see how beautiful all of these colors come together pretty quickly. And normally I would do everything in the same pattern just to kind of keep it uniform, but I wanted you to see the variety of patterns that comes in the 2024-2026 DSP. So the way that it worked in my In Color Club last year was if you did 3 months worth of In Color Club with me, you got a free pack of the In Color DSP. And I will be doing that again in my In Color Club this year, simply because I found it a little too challenging to have to buy all of these paper packs in advance, break them all up, and then only send you that color, and then people not participate in club again. I ended up with a lot of leftover paper. So this way, you get the full pack at month 3, and then you could do whatever you want with it. But in terms of the card kits, because I offer a card class to show you how to work with your different colors and give you ideas. You get 4 cards as part of each month's In Color Club, like 4 kits. You do get paper in there, so you do get to work with it and see it. But in terms of getting the full pack, you'll get it during month 3. So I don't break that up and send that each month. I will have more details coming out soon about my In Color Club. The best way to get updates about In Color Club is to be on my email list. So please make sure that you are subscribed or signed up to my email list. Whenever you go to get the free project sheet, it will prompt you to sign up for my email list, and then you just stay there. And then when I can release information about signing up for In Color Club, you'll get it there first. So that's the best way. And if you have questions, you could always reach out to me directly at stampingwithhart@gmail.com. But just one of those things that I like to mention. Stampin' Up! Has a policy where we cannot collect funds for a brand new product that hasn't been launched yet until 7 days prior to release. So I will not be opening up In Color Club until 7 days prior to the release of the annual catalog, and then you could go ahead and register. So I'll have registration open 7 days prior, and I will have it open for the first color. I will open registration each month. So if you don't want all 5 colors and you just want 1 color, you can sign up for 1 month. If you want to sign up for all months, you could do that, but you will register each month for the color that you want. And then I'll have all of the details coming about what you do get in Color Club. So yeah, that's that. So let's go ahead and you've kind of gotten a feel for each of the different patterns of the In colors here. So let's go ahead and put our cards together. Okay, so I'm going to speed this part of the video up just slightly. So what I'm doing here is I am incorporating our brand new ribbon. There is a specific name to it, so let me grab one and I can tell you as I'm putting that together. So the layer that you see me putting the dimensionals on the back of is a perennial postage die. I use the same die for all of the card layouts. I use the same measurement for all of the card layouts. We just swapped out the colors. So this is Pretty in Pink, and then this brand new ribbon that will be available on May 1st. This is the 3/8 inch bordered ribbon in all of the In colors. So you purchase the In color separately. This will be part of the club. Now here is where we get to see those Unbounded Love dies really come to life. And I'm also using embellishments today as well. There are 2 different sets of embellishments that you can get in the 2024-2026 In colors starting May 1st. first, I'm using the shimmer gems for this particular video. So we also have the resin dots, but I decided to use the shimmer version of the in color gems with this one because I like things that are shimmery. So here you can see I'm just sort of building these layers on. I loved having this 1/16 of an inch border. I didn't want the pops of black to take over the card. I didn't want it to compete. I really just wanted it to complement the brand new in color. Like we wanted the in color to sort of be the star of the show. And I think I accomplished that with these cards, except for the fact that the Unbounded Love dies just really they just really take the cards up a notch in my opinion. This ribbon is so beautiful. It's such a nice complement. It's such a perfect match in the color collection. I find that sometimes with the ribbon, it's not always a perfect match, but I really felt like they did an incredible job with all of the different colors here. So you'll really see these starting to come together with all of these different in color products that will be featured as part of Club. Now, some of the dies layer over top, and some of the dies are just go around it in terms of edging. So you just want to be mindful of that whenever you're choosing your sentiment stamps. So here I am with the Stampin' Blends in Shy Shamrock, and I'm literally just coloring in that frame. So just a very quick and easy way. It's always great to cut these things in white and just have extras. And then when you want to, get it customized to your color, just grab your marker and you can color it in to that color. I decided to make all of the sentiments, the Memento Tuxedo black, and sort of frame them or accentuate them with the coordinating in color. We have so much of the in coloring between the ink, the ribbon, the DSP, and the card base and the accent color that even though I could have stamped it in the ink, the coordinating ink, I mean, we're also having the embellishments in that color. I thought I have these little pops of black because the black is in the sentiment, the black is in the outline of the flowers, and we have just that touch of the basic black cardstock edged between the DSP and the card base, and I was really, really happy with that look. I thought it looked absolutely beautiful. Here is such a great look at Petunia Pop. If I would have had my personal choice, meaning I didn't want to just show off all the patterns, if I was going to do everything in the same pattern, it would have been in that striped pattern. And you probably will see a set of cards like that from me, or you may get that card from me whenever you get the catalog from me. So I have to say the stripes were like one of my favorites, but how gorgeous is this purple? I mean, this is a color up, maybe 1 or 2 shades up from Fresh Freesia. So if you really love Fresh Freesia, and we know how popular Fresh Freesia was because it was an in color that actually made it into our core collection. So if you love Fresh Freesia, you're going to love Petunia Pop. Those 2 colors are going to work so beautifully together. So I'm going to grab my Petunia Pop Stampin' Blends here, and I'm going to color. I tried to do two-tone. I feel like I didn't pull it off as well as I could have. I was kind of coloring these quickly, but you could really take your time with this and do like a combination of light and dark, or you could bring in some of the additional embellishment that you could die cut. They had those little floral pieces that you could add in, and that would have blended beautifully with this particular piece. What I didn't say that I should be telling you guys is that there were 2 stamp sets in the March Paper Pumpkin kit, and I used all of the sentiment stamps that came in the March Paper Pumpkin kit with these cards, including this one right here that you see. And then I also used the Garden Meadow dies, the Garden Meadow stamps. So I think there was one that I stamp Hello that actually comes from the Garden Meadow stamp set. And again, that is a stamp set that coordinates with the March Paper Pumpkin kit. It's a separate purchase. It was an online exclusive, but they used very similar art so that you could blend the 2. And for people who like to make alternates with the Paper Pumpkin kit, it's the best thing ever because we can actually combine sweet products with our Paper Pumpkin kits, which means we can basically turn that into our own personal mega sweet. And we could just make that between the sweet and the Paper Pumpkin kit, we could just make it go on and on and on and on. And then when you give us a bonus stamp set inside that kit, you can do things like this. So pretty thrilling. Which brings me to the part, oh, and this is peach pie, by the way. Really haven't gotten to talk about peach pie that much, but can I tell you how excited I am to have another orange in the collection? If you want to share a comment with me, leave me a comment with your favorite in color in the comments below. Or if there was a color you were really looking for to come back, like I was, like having more oranges to go with pumpkin pie, which is part of our collection, let me know. A lot of people have been commenting about how it makes them hungry when they stamp with our colors because there's all these different pies, and I have to agree, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, peach pie, so good. It makes you want to eat it while you're crafting. But I really love peach pie. I would say that it is, if you're familiar with our colors, it's similar to what Mango Melody was, but I don't feel like it's an exact match. I don't have anything to compare it in this particular video, but we'll probably be talking about it in future videos. So this is the one where I stamped hello because I wanted to use the smaller rectangle. And this is an example of the rectangle going with an outline die as opposed to it layering over top. So you don't have to be as careful about the sizing of the sentiment so you're not covering anything because it goes around the edges, which is nice. And I would typically just use my tear and tape to reconnect these two, but I had my adhesive dots sitting nearby. You could do that, or you can even put your Stampin' Dimensionals to reconnect the two, just so you have an adhesive holding the two of them together. You're good to go. But yeah, I didn't get to talk about peach pie much, but I did end up using both stamp sets from the paper pumpkin kit so that I could use the greetings with this bonus stamp set. And I'm sure the paper pumpkin designed the two of those things to be able to go together if we wanted to use them that way, because that bonus stamp set is just florals, like a floral builder set. There's no greetings in the bonus set. And there is a little piece of paper. There's like an insert that comes with the paper pumpkin kits now that gives you a reference sheet of what each stamp set has. So you'll be able to very easily like flip-flop back between the two. And if you do have the add-on dies, you can kind of see those Love of Spring add-on dies that I have off to the side there. That die, if you don't have the unbounded love dies, will work perfectly if you're making a set of cards like this, where you're using a color collection or you're using the pieces, the elements from the paper pumpkin kit, but you're stamping and coloring, in with your own inks, for example, with the florals. I think that if you did that with the coordinating colors from the March paper pumpkin kit, it would still be stunning because there are so many coordinating colors in this month's kit. I should count them because honestly, I have to be looking at least 10 different colors there. So you could really have fun with that in terms of a floral too. So here we're working on Summer Splash. We're going to be finishing up our cards here in just a second. The very last card you're going to see me working with is actually Basic Beige. Oh, and there, what you guys can't really see, I accidentally did a splatter pattern with Summer Splash. I'm not sure what I did. I must have flicked the edge of the marker, and because it's so new and it's juicy, it just went all over. So I had to flip it to the other side. And here was my fix for that. This is why I left this in the video. There is another layer, like a lacy layer, that you can bring in to coordinate with this one if you want to. It's so beautiful. And so that was what I ended up doing with this particular die. But again, because it's layering over, I had to be careful that I had a greeting that would fit and wouldn't overlap with it. So I think I ended up going with one from the March paper pumpkin kit, and it covers, good occasions, like occasions that you're going to use or need all the time. So this is the birthday greeting, and then I'm just going to glue this little lace piece over top of that. Here is the add-on die cut, just so that you could see it would look just as perfect, even if you don't have the Unbounded Love dies. But I am going to stick with that, and I'm just going to skip ahead so that you guys don't have to see the adhesive on every single card here. But here we have our finished cards: Summer Splash, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, and pretty in pink. So these are the 5 in colors. And I did realize as I was putting all of these together and doing this like wrap up that I did not show you basic beige, which was one of the colors that I was working with. And it was because my son had walked in and I had to stop filming, and then I never finished filming making that card. But anyway, you can see the variety with the unbounded love dies, the different greetings and sentiments, but these cards turned out so beautiful. You get to see the variety of patterns and the in color papers, all of the brand new in colors. Now here is basic beige. And what I did was I took a piece of paper from the Country Woods DSP. Now, here's what I want to say about Basic Beige. It is going to be featured in the April. Today is the last day to subscribe to the April Paper Pumpkin Kit, April 10th. It's also going to be featured as a coordinating color in the May Paper Pumpkin Kit. So this is a great time. If you do want to participate in pre-order, you can put these items in your starter kit. If you want to wait, you can wait. That's no problem. You can go to paperpumpkin.com to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. You could either do a pay-as-you-go option, or you could subscribe with prepaid codes of 1, 3, 6, or 12 months. If you would like more details, I would love to earn your business as your demonstrator. If you don't already have a demonstrator, you can email me at stampingwithhart@gmail.com. I will also have my information on the free project sheet and in the description box below. Have a great day.